It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Orlando Magic at Amway Center. Checking out the Magic, they've slipped a few spots down the Eastern Conference standings this season, but the year's far from over, and I don't think anybody would be surprised to see them up where they finished last season. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put
Kenny,
that battery in your back.
what are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
Why are you slowing me down, Ernie? Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh.
Excellent point.
Thank
man.
you, Ernie.
That's actually you need to
Keo?
speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in
Harlan.
fast motion here.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Last outing for Orlando, the loss to Chicago and the Bulls in the Windy City.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage in the low 30s on that night, guys, and that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, I can't name a team that's going to find a way to win shooting like that. I mean, they never had a chance with the touch they had that night.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. The star big men pair of Davis and Cousins are up front. Holiday out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Moore in at the 3. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
Here's the three. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Bulls in Chicago. Cousins with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Here's Moore. The kick out to Holiday. Vucevic with the rebound. A slow start here for Orlando in this one. It's a 5-point game. Augustine against Rondo. Augustine dishes to Fournier. He kicks to Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Cousins. Another miss by Orlando. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Earlier, David Aldridge had a chance to speak with head coach Alvin Gentry. D.A., what'd you find out?
Well, Kevin, they're going to keep it simple tonight. He wants to run everything through the low post. He told me, physically, we're the stronger team. We need to use that strength to our benefit. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers, with the size and activity of Cousins. Just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul.
Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Magic have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. No good, unable to end this run.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with a team who is committed to him.
Pelicans leading by 5. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. And it's Rondo in the corner. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And it's Davis missing. The Magic have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Gordon a screen. Here's Ross, and the jam by Ross.
And when Ross gets ahead of steam going to the rim, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of there.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Got a piece of it. Moore against Ross. Outside Holiday. Davis sets a screen. And again, no good by New Orleans. The Magic trail by 3. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Augustine passes to Ross. Over Moore. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Feasting on the leftovers, eating big time. Ross stepping inside the arc and making it happen.
Holiday dishes to Cousins. Davis sets a screen. And Holiday kicks to Moore. Five to shoot. And a miss there on the triple. Magic have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. At the elbow, it's Gordon. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Aaron Gordon, a natural power forward, but he was asked to play at small forward last season alongside Serge Ibaka.
And Gordon was willing to try it, Kevin, to his credit, looking to expand his skill set. He's not a shooter right now, and however, with his leaping ability, I think it makes sense to perhaps keep him close to the rim.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And since Dwight Howard back in 2012, the rebuild effort just has languished here in Orlando, unable really to draft any superstar talent, and last season trades for veteran talent didn't really move the needle either.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And Greg, when you look at the Magic, do you see a plan or a roadmap here?
Well, you look at that trade for Serge Ibaka going into last season, and that was probably a sign that ownership was growing impatient. They wanted to cash in their chips and really go for it. And now they might need a rebuild from that rebuild.
You're right. Now here's Moore. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Orlando with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. Augustine passes to Vucevic. The feed to Ross. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Now here's Ross, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you talk about the league's premier athletes, and Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, incredible dunks in the 2016 dunk contest, and his in-game dunks are ridiculous.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
And he can't get the first one. And coming out of Arizona, Aaron Gordon, seen as sort of a mini Blake Griffin. Not maybe as strong, but he's that kind of finisher.
Well, certainly can see some similarities and understand the comparison, but they are different players. But I think that Aaron Gordon can be better than Griffin defensively. He's got great mobility, tremendous bounce, and he's got the motor you like to see in a defensive player. If he can get his jump shot going, I think he'll be a star.
Mirotic dishes to Rondo. Here's the floater. The shot misses. Great D that time from Vucevic. Here's Gordon. And that one is off. And New Orleans will come the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Yeah, and from the start, Greg, you could tell they were ready to go. Loved how fearless they were, confident, aggressive, attack mode. They don't care where the games are played. They're ready to get it done.
The Magic shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Down low, it's stolen by Vucevic. And here's the fast break. Ross leading the way. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Now here is Augustine. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Baseline jumper. A second chance effort. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Ross passes to Gordon. Over Rondo. And it's Gordon missing. The Pelicans trail. Here's Cousins. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. New Orleans getting another chance here. Cousins, no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Augustine against Rondo. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Holiday with the block. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Dishes to Cousins. From 15 feet away, it's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Cousins has got it all tied up now for New Orleans. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Cousins. DeAndre Liggins checks in for E'Twaun Moore. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Here's the screen. Matt, and Mirotic sends it back. And now running up the court, Liggins pushing it out. Can't connect from short range.
And I think all the credit goes to the defense there, Kevin. Exceptional job getting the shooter to rush that layup.
Andrew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
Now here's Matt. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Bulls in Chicago. Crawford against Simmons. Shot clock at 6, and he lays it straight in. Simmons got his first 2 points.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here's Mirotic following the bucket by Orlando. Shot off the pick. And it's Spates with the rebound.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Here's Mack. Aflalo dishes to Mack. Here's Isaac. The shot, no good. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. The pass to Liggins. Mirotic the screen. And the basket by Liggins. Liggins has got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Spates sets a screen. Here's Mack. The kick out to Spates. Good, and the nice assist from Mack.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't beat him up on the perimeter.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Yep, it counts.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
1:05 left to play here in the first. Aflalo the pass to Spates. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Crawford against Aflalo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for the young players on the Magic, how much tougher is it to develop when a team is continually changing their coaching staff?
Well, Kevin, we've seen it. I mean, when you have multiple turnover, particularly in key front office or coaching positions, that's very difficult for the players. It's disorienting. 4 different coaches in the last 3 years. At some point, you have to set your anchor and sail accordingly.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Second free throw, no good.
And Orlando coach Frank Vogel, an assistant coach and advanced scout for about a decade before his first head job with the Pacers, did a terrific job. He helped turn the Pacers into a powerhouse.
And Mack kicks to Aflalo. Just 5 on the clock. Mack dishes to Simmons. Spates sets a screen. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
For New Orleans, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Mack. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pass to Isaac. Feeds it to Simmons. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. This is his first free throw of the game.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
That's good from Simmons. And so he hits both. Crawford.
Got the shot!
My goodness is right.
Just no better feeling to be able to deliver in a moment like that.
Yeah.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. New Orleans on top, up by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the intensity is carried over into their ability to get out in passing lanes and really be disruptive in terms of their opponent's offense.
And it's the Magic with the ball. They trail by 3. They've got Maurice Spates. Simmons is out there with Isaac. Then it's Sheldon Mack. And it's Aflalo in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for Orlando. And Spates gets it to go.
And you know what? It's important for big men to be able to shoot from deep in today's game. And shot selection important. Good shot selection there.
Now here's Davis. 23 points for him the last game against Washington. They get it again, and the jam by Ajinça.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Oh, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Here are the Magic now. The Pelicans make their last shot. Aflalo, no good. Out to the wing. Here's Liggins. The putback. It's good on the putback. And now a 4-point Pelican lead.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I guess I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. First one falls for him. Clark, you were a strong free throw shooter when you played. Why do some big men have such a hard time being at least serviceable at the free throw line?
Well, I'm not as big as some of the biggest guys that have the most trouble. Typically, you see guys north of 6'8", 6'9", struggling tremendously from the line in general. And because of that, I think sometimes it's the mechanics of shooting the ball, and big hands can sometimes be a hindrance to that. Oftentimes, it's a matter of how much do you work at it and how soon do you start working at it. A lot of times, big guys tend to focus on their post moves and scoring the ball close to the bucket and not as much as shooting. But you're seeing more and more big guys with sweet strokes, and I think it's a matter of, again, basic fundamentals, mechanics, and then putting in hours and hours and hours of work on it.
Isaac. It's stolen by Ajinça. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 7-point Pelican lead.
And they're very lucky to have the lead after that terrible shooting in the first quarter. But they've rounded into form here in the second and have brought that field goal percentage up.
Now here's Simmons taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And DeAndre Liggins picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Pass to Isaac.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Offensive rebound. Davis missed inside.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it.
And here's Simmons for 3. Spates kicks to Simmons. Here's Liggins, guarded by Simmons. Snatched up. Here's Clark, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates. New Orleans shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Magic trail by 8. Simmons passes to Aflalo. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And it's sent back by Spates. Here's a Flalo. They swipe it. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Clark kicks to Crawford. Davis inside, guarded by Simmons. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Davis has got his first basket of the night.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now here's Spates. He's got 6, bangs home the trifecta.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Clark dishes to Ajinça. Back to Clark. They set the pick. Pass to Liggins. Kicks to Ajinça. Shoots over Spates. And it's Ajinça missing. The Magic trail by 5. Here's a Flalo. Back to Mack. Pass to Isaac. Shot clock at 5. Here's Simmons. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Magic have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
That free throw, no good. Clark, when you played, you had some great footwork in the paint. Which big men today impress you with their footwork in the paint, in the post?
Man, I tell you, one of the guys I've always loved watching do his thing inside is Zach Randolph. I tell you what, he grits and grinds as well as anybody, and his touch and footwork exquisite because he's not an overpowering or overwhelming athlete. Karl Anthony Towns much the same way. Fairly low to the ground in how they play, but extremely effective in being able to get the position and shot they want. And in his Cantor, a guy who's starting to impress with his footwork as well.
That doesn't go either for Davis. The Magic trail by 4. And Fournier kicks to Simmons. The dish now to Gordon. He feeds it to Augustine. Gordon with no one around, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Boy, I like seeing Gordon work on that jump shot of his. He's going to need to knock it down consistently at his position to be one of the best in the league.
Now here's Moore. 5 points in the game. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Simmons got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Fournier. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The wide open look here for Holiday. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Holiday's got 5.
And you know, Holiday has a gorgeous touch from outside. He's a deadly shooter, an absolute laser when you give him space to fire.
Augustine passes to Gordon. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. On up the court. Here's Moore, sinks the 15-footer. And it's a 7-point Pelican lead. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Now here is Augustine. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Gordon with the screen for Simmons. Moore with the block. And now the Pelicans on the break. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
Well, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Vucevic with it. 20 points for him last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
That's Fournier's specialty. The long-distance bomb that really hand-ties defenses.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Simmons dishes to Vucevic. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Now just a 4-point Pelican lead.
And Vucevic not lacking for confidence at all. I mean, he has no problem popping the J once he gets the ball.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Davis with a screen on Simmons. And it's Davis missing.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
And here's Augustine. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. High post Vucevic. 6 to shoot. And it's Etuan Moore with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Ross is checked in for Orlando. And New Orleans also making a change. Mirotic is checked in.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Rondo against Augustine. Mirotic sets the screen for Rondo. Screen by Cousins. 4 on the shot clock. Mirotic.
Man, I like that defense from Gordon. He's a guy that makes you uncomfortable if he's guarding.
Rondo against Augustine. And Rondo sends it back. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And it's 6 points here for Cousins.
And now you're starting to see them just turn up the tempo a little bit.
Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. 1, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And 2, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with it.
Another miss by Orlando.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
And stolen by Cousins. Holiday against Fournier, and it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfectly.
Pass to Fournier. He tries for 3. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Rondo. And Cousins gets it to go. Cousins has got 8 points.
And, you know, even when the defense is on him and Cousins is well guarded, he still gets it done. Excellent footwork, good hands and strength, and he stays focused when he's in the paint near the rim.
Ross, that's good.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Holiday, the pass to Mirotic. Back to Holiday. Mirotic, the screen. Over Gordon. Mirotic's shot is off.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Fournier for 3, gets that one to drop. A rare make, bumping him up to 3 for 10.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
And Mirotic kicks to Cousins. Rebound by the Magic.
You know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
Ross kicks it out to Gordon. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And here's Holiday after Aaron Gordon was able to get the triple. And he makes that one.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
The Magic trail by 3. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. He dishes it to Ross. Fournier for 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep. The feed now to Cousins. It's stolen by Vucevic. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, it looked like the ball really was moving there in the first half.
Yeah, the game is simple when you make the extra pass, when you play the right way. We start out playing this way. We got to continue it for 4 quarters.
I know that's your area of emphasis, Frank. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's an interesting battle going on tonight. Ernie Johnson here with you folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. You are watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
They showed a total lack of discipline in the first half, way too many turnovers. Coach was not happy, a lot of miscommunication going on. This game could easily get away from them if they do not tighten up.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, they've been pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Nice game. Great performance by Evan Fournier.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Greg, simply spectacular. I mean, the defense just hasn't been able to find an answer for his outside shot.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Here's Augustine. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. The bigs inside, Davis and Cousins. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday, and it's Moore in at the 3 slot. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against New Orleans.
Great appreciation for Ross. Never afraid of going into the contact on the way up. Well done.
And Terrence Ross with probably his best season in 2016-17. Shot a career high from the field.
And Kevin, I think he can continue to even get better. I mean, with his bounce, I'd like to see him develop the mid-range shot in addition to his ball handling, because that's a little loose. If he tightens the ball handling up, this guy can get to the rim and become a real force offensively.
Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. second free throw, no good. Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment? You know, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, when I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance, and he conceded we might have to win some games, 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those two anchors on the front line.
Both shots good from the stripe. Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area, and every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
Orlando leading. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Holiday. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Holiday's got 11.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Yep, that one goes in there. And the Magic lead by 1. Guys, what a back and forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Davis with a screen on Augustine. With some arc, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
Now here's Ross. He's got 8. Hits the three-point bomb.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there, and then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
And over time, Vucevic has really developed a nice pump fake, and that often leads to him earning trips to the foul line.
The Magic have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. Two Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
Now here is Holiday, 11 points in the game.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Augustine, that's good. Augustine's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Pelicans trail by 5. Davis with a screen on Augustine. Cousins, no one around him, and the Pelicans get it back. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
For New Orleans, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. And that one falls for Anthony Davis. Break from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Clark kicks to Ajinça. Plays it up off the glass. Ajinça's got 8 points. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Now Augustine. Pass to Isaac. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got assist number 5 here tonight. Pelicans trail by 5. And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That's his first foul. Simmons checked in for Evan Fournier. And so here is New Orleans. Moore dishes to Liggins. Davis sets a screen. Here's Liggins, guarded by Simmons.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Clark for 3. Rebounded by Vucevic. Magic leading by 5. And Augustine kicks to Ross. Outside, Simmons. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Full 24-second shot clock. Here's Augustine. Pass to Isaac. He kicks it to Ross. Magic moving the ball around.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a tough matchup. He's not going to give his man an inch of breathing room, and that was the difference on that possession.
Orlando, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Spates checked in for Orlando. Shelvin Mack comes in for DJ Augustine. And the Pelicans also making a change. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Ejuan Moore. And that one misses. And the Magic just went through, Clark, the worst 5-year stretch in franchise history.
Yep, and how about the second worst winning percentage in the league? That's where they've been the last half decade. And some failed trades, misses on some draft picks. They've got a really good young coach, though, I think, in Frank Vogel. Had some tough luck in the lottery along the way. At some point, you have to start creating and crafting your own luck. And I think they will. I really do. Frank has proven himself as a good coach. I think it's just a matter of time before the Magic start trending north.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Now, here's Ajinça. 8 points for him.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Here's Mack. 7-point differential. Pass to Isaac over Davis. And Davis sends it back. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And the Magic making a change here. Aflalo's checked in. And Simmons kicks to Aflalo. 5 on the clock. Here's Spates. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Isaac. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Pelicans trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Clark buries it down low. Clark's got his second basket of the night.
That shot was made possible by the work of Anthony Davis.
Now here's Matt. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. To the middle, it's stolen by Davis. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Clark for 3. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Aflalo. Here's Spates. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3 ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Mirotic is checked in for Anthony Davis.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one falls for Spates. Pelicans trail by 8. Crawford with the ball. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Now here's Matt. Out to the right wing. On the wing, Aflalo. Over Crawford. Aflalo, no good.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
Clark, the pass to Mirotic. Mirotic, the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Liggins. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Pass to Isaac. Back to Aflalo. Elbow shot. That one off the back iron and out. Pelicans trail by 6. Here's Clark. It's hauled in by the Magic. Simmons got his 5th rebound in this one.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Cousins.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
Here's Clark. He's got 5. Here's Liggins. Mirotic the screen. And Liggins kicks to Clark. Here's Mirotic. Sinks the triple. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
Now here's Simmons. Tight defense on him. And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Simmons. Some changes for New Orleans. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ian Clark. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Now here's Rondo. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
And a moment to see numbers for Simmons. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
First one falls for him. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Orlando. And the Pelicans also making a change. Holiday's checked in. Both free throws, good from Crawford. Here are the Magic now. And here is Mack. The kick out to Spates and stolen by Cousins. Holiday dishes to Mirotic. Holiday against the Aflalo. Cousins the pass to Crawford. 4 on the clock. Cousins rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got 6 rebounds in the game. To the right side. The good-looking shot from the wing. Isaac's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Isaac takes no time getting his shot off. He's got a lethal quick release.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, of Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
Here's Gordon after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Gordon kicks to Mack. That shot off the mark. Rondo with some nice D. And the story for Jonathan Isaac. As a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis. And you have to admire his focus. Not a good matchup for him in terms of size differential.
Yeah, and even with the defender hovering all over him, Greg, he would not be denied.
Now here's Matt. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Isaac. Nice D from Crawford.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
And this is where you milk the clock.
Yeah, that's the intelligent play here, Greg, no doubt. No reason to chuck up some garbage shot.
Crawford with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. Chalk up 2 there. Crawford's got 10 points.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Magic lead by 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
Playing for each other. You're scary good when you do it. What we've done to this point means nothing. We need a strong fourth quarter.
That's Frank Vogel giving his guys some praise, but much work left to be done here.
Yeah, I mean, he's reminding them why they're in this position right now. It's unselfish basketball, and it can take them the rest of the way.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. And it's Afflalo in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. The shot's good from Fournier.
And it's hard to deal with Fournier if you're defending him. I mean, he makes good decisions, whether he's passing or shooting the ball. And that makes him hard to guard.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Vucevic with the block. Rondo against Augustine. And it's Vucevic missing.
Boy, incredible effort on defense, refusing to give him an uncontested layup. Nothing easy.
Cousins on the follow. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 15 rebounds.
He is just a monster on the boards. And with those soft hands Cousins has, he's going to turn those offensive rebounds into putbacks almost every time.
For 3, Fournier, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Down low, here's Moore. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
There's a nuance to the passing skill of Rondo. He just is able to whip that ball around to the open man.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Aaron Afflalo. On the free throw, no good. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Dishes it to Vucevic. There's a good screen. For 3, Fournier. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Mirotic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Kept alive. Kick out to Moore. Nailed from three-point land. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Here's Gordon. No good that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Cousins dishes to Holiday. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Fournier passes to Vucevic. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. And the Pelicans making a change here. Davis is checked in. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Fournier, solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Fournier's got 20.
Tenaciousness of Fournier, man. It does not matter who's guarding him. I mean, he's making it and taking it all the way to the cup.
And it's blocked by Gordon. Augustine with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And Davis sends it back. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Ross kicks to Vucevic. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Augustine, no luck. For New Orleans, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Holiday dishes to Rondo. Moore in the corner. There's the triple. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Ross. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Ross. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. And stolen by Fournier. The shot will not fall. Davis with some nice D. Here's Holiday, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Holiday's got the game tied up here for New Orleans. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. The pass to Fournier. Gordon a screen. Once again off the mark, Orlando. New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Rondo. That's 12 points here for Cousins.
A beautiful pass by Rondo. That's excellent teamwork.
Outside Holiday. Feeds it to Rondo. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play. And look at how the hustle game has been going for New Orleans.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
The Magic trail by 5. Augustine. Ross in the corner. Looking to end the run. And Davis sends it back. Holiday against Fournier. Teardrop shot. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Magic shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. For three. Pelicans pull it in. Cousins has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Moore against Ross. Cousins, the pass to Holiday. Davis gets a wide open look. No good on the triple.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
One shot.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. There's the pick to the inside. Davis. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Pelicans lead by 4.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. And we'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
Thank you, David. Pelicans leading by 4. Out to the right wing. Near the three-point line, it's Moore. Great positioning on the putback.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Augustine dishes to Vucevic. Augustine setting the pick for Vucevic. The drive by Gordon. And Davis sends it back. Fournier against Holiday. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Augustine. Kicks it to Vucevic, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here is Ross. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Picked by Vucevic. Fournier gets a wide open look. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And it's Rondo penetrating. Augustine with the steal. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Here's Gordon, and Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. three-pointer, Augustine.
The wheels have completely come off for him here in the second half.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Now the dish to Ross. The three-pointer, no good. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 15-6 run. From deep, Moore. They get it back. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. The Magic trail by 7. Now here is Augustine. Fournier with the ball, and the foul called on Anthony Davis. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Gordon kicks to Augustine. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And the fourth quarter just has not been kind. Only 1 bucket in 5 attempts.
One shot, gentlemen.
And Augustine, no good on that one.
You know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
Here's Davis. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Magic trail by 5. Here's Ross, and the jam by Ross.
Large from T. Ross, showing major confidence out there.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Rondo passes to Cousins. Screen by Cousins. And it's Rondo penetrating. A shot off that time. The Magic go the other way with it.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
And in a close game like this, it can be won or lost on the boards. They've got to keep it up.
Moore outside. Clock at 6. Davis sets a screen. Moore dishes to Davis. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Fournier against Holiday. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 16 here in the second half.
And really, come on now, that kind of drive is what you love about Fournier. No fear at all in terms of taking matters into his own hands.
Rondo kicks to Moore. He feeds it to Cousins. Shoots over Vucevic, and there's Cousins. That's good on the assist from Moore. Moore's got 3 assists tonight. Rondo against Augustine. And Cousins comes over to help. And so it's New Orleans with it. New Orleans leading by 3. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Drops in the tray. Davis has got 9 points in the quarter.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down. Man, I got to give major props to the confidence of Fournier. This guy never backs down, wants the big shot.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Davis kicks to Holiday. Cousins against Vucevic. Buries it.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Gordon a screen. Layup off the pick. And it's Vucevic missing. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Moore kicks to Cousins. New Orleans moving the ball around. And Davis can't get it to go.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A 3-ball would do just that.
So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a W. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did coming out of that timeout and never looked back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time